Do you ever find yourself hesitating before stepping out? Or feeling a little less steady on your feet than you used to? Perhaps you've noticed that navigating a busy supermarket or even your own home feels a bit more challenging these days. It's a quiet truth that as we accumulate more wonderful years, our world, while still full of joy and adventure, can sometimes present hidden challenges we might not have considered before. The places we used to navigate without a second thought can now hold unexpected concerns, not just for our physical bodies, but for our peace of mind and overall health. It can be a painful reality to realize that your body isn't quite as resilient as it once was, or that simple trips can lead to unexpected tumbles, or even a casual visit can leave you feeling run down. Many of us just accept these things as part of getting older. But what if I told you that some of these dangers aren't just out there, waiting to happen, but are actually tied to specific places we often visit, perhaps without fully realizing the risks they pose to our health and well-being? It's time to uncover a gentle secret by being aware of certain environments. You can proactively protect your vitality. In this video, we're going to dive deep into 6 such dangerous places, and I promise you, some of them might truly surprise you. We'll explore how these environments, both physical and metaphorical, can quietly undermine your health, your peace of mind, and even your independence. More importantly, we'll talk about simple, practical steps you can take to make your world safer, healthier, and more enjoyable. So, settle in, because this conversation is about empowering you to live your very best life, full of health and confidence. Watch until the very end, because I've got something truly surprising that could change how you think about staying vibrant and independent. Let's dive right into our first dangerous place that you might want to reconsider visiting, or at least approach with a fresh perspective. Especially as we get a little older, this place is one we encounter every single day, often multiple times, without a second thought. But it poses a very real, tangible threat to our well-being: the unlit, uneven path or stairway, particularly at dusk or night. Now, this isn't just about a dark alley, but applies to the poorly lit stairs in your own home, that cracked sidewalk in your neighborhood, or even a pathway in a park after the sun has begun to set. The danger here, of course, is falls. And for those of us aged 65 to 80, a fall isn't just a bump or a bruise like it might have been in our younger days. It can lead to serious fractures, head injuries, and, unfortunately, a significant loss of confidence that can quickly spiral into a fear of going out or even moving freely within our own homes. Imagine stepping onto a path that looks perfectly level in daylight, but as evening shadows lengthen, that small crack or uneven paving stone becomes almost invisible. Your vision might not be as sharp in low light. Your depth perception may have subtly changed, and your reflexes might not be as quick to catch yourself if you stumble. A simple trip can turn into a serious medical event that can truly derail your independence and quality of life for months, sometimes even longer. The impact isn't just physical, it's emotional. Many people who experience a fall develop a profound fear of falling again, which leads them to limit their activities, becoming more sedentary, and, ironically, increasing their risk of future falls because their muscles weaken and their balance deteriorates. It's a vicious cycle that we want to avoid at all costs. So, what can we do about this dangerous place? First, become an active assessor of your immediate environment. Look at your own home. Are your stairways well lit? Top to bottom. Do you have sturdy handrails on both sides? Are there any throw rugs that could slip or catch your feet? Clear away clutter from pathways. Outside, always carry a small, powerful flashlight if you're out after dark, even for a short walk to the rubbish bins. Wear appropriate footwear with good grip, no slippery soles, especially in wet or icy conditions. And perhaps most importantly, if you find yourself on an unfamiliar or poorly lit path, slow down. Don't rush. Take smaller, more deliberate steps, and use a walking aid if you need one, even if it's just for certain situations. Simple strength and balance exercises, like standing on one leg while holding onto a chair, or walking heel to toe, can also make an enormous difference in your ability to navigate uneven terrain safely. These aren't just exercises, they're investments in your continued freedom. Now that we've considered the physical dangers lurking in poorly lit spaces, let's turn our attention to a place that isn't a physical location at all, but rather a state of being that can be profoundly dangerous to our health and happiness as we age the silent, isolated room, or home. When it leads to true loneliness, we all value our privacy and quiet time. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying your own company. But there's a significant difference between choosing solitude and being forced into isolation, or feeling truly alone even when surrounded by others. Medical experts are increasingly recognizing that social isolation and chronic loneliness are as dangerous to our health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day or being severely obese. Think about that for a moment. This isn't just about feeling a bit sad sometimes. It's about a condition that elevates your risk for heart disease, stroke, depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline, including dementia. When you're isolated, you might not feel motivated to eat well, to exercise, or to seek medical attention when you need it. Your immune system can weaken, making you more susceptible to illnesses. The lack of conversation and intellectual stimulation can lead to your brain becoming less active, which impacts memory and problem-solving abilities. It's a silent drain on your vitality that often goes unnoticed until its effects are profound. The problem is, as we get older, our social circles can naturally shrink. Friends might move away or pass on. Family might live far away, and it can be harder to meet new people. But this doesn't mean isolation is inevitable. Counteracting this dangerous place requires conscious effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. Start by reaching out, even if it feels a little uncomfortable at first. Pick up the phone and call a family member, a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, or even a neighbor. Community centers and senior groups are fantastic resources, offering everything from book clubs and exercise classes to card games and potlucks. Even if you don't feel like participating at first, just showing up can open doors to new connections. Consider joining online groups that focus on your hobbies or interests, whether it's gardening, history, or a particular craft. Just be sure to do so safely and in moderated groups, which we'll talk more about later. Volunteering your time, even a few hours a week, is another incredible way to connect with others who share your values and to feel a sense of purpose. And don't underestimate the power of a pet. A dog, a cat, or even a bird can provide companionship, a reason to get out of bed, and a source of unconditional love that genuinely brightens your days and combats feelings of loneliness. Even a daily 5-minute phone call with someone can make a huge difference to your mental well-being. Avoiding the silent. Isolating room isn't just about making friends. It's about nurturing your spirit and protecting your long-term health. Now that we've explored the silent dangers of poorly lit paths and the hidden struggles of isolation, let's turn our attention to another commonplace that many of us encounter, often without a second thought, but which can harbor surprising risks for our well-being. This brings us to our third dangerous place, the germ-filled public hubs, especially during peak illness seasons. Think about it: doctors' waiting rooms, crowded supermarkets during rush hour, public transport at peak times, or even the common areas in large apartment buildings. These are places where people congregate, often bringing with them a cocktail of invisible microorganisms, colds, flu viruses, and other infections that can spread through the air or on surfaces. For those of us aged 65 to 80, our immune systems, while still powerful, might not be as quick or as robust in fighting off new invaders as they once were. What might be a mild cold for a younger person could develop into a more serious respiratory infection like bronchitis or pneumonia for us, potentially leading to longer recovery times, significant discomfort, and, in some cases, hospitalization. We've all seen how quickly illness can sweep through a community. And for seniors, the stakes are simply higher. The impact of getting sick isn't just the illness itself, it's the ripple effect. Being laid low with the flu can mean weeks of feeling unwell, missing out on social engagements, losing your appetite, and becoming physically weaker. This weakness can then increase your risk of falls, or make it harder to manage existing chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease. It can be a significant setback to your overall health and independence. So, how do we navigate these germ-filled places more safely? It's not about becoming a recluse, but about being strategic and proactive. First, consider timing your visits to crowded places. If you need to go to the supermarket, try to go during off-peak hours, perhaps early in the morning or later in the evening, when there are fewer people. If you have non-urgent doctor's appointments, ask about telehealth options or schedule them during less busy times at the clinic. Second, embrace meticulous hand hygiene. Washing your hands thoroughly with soap and water for at least 20 seconds is your best defense. Carry an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with you for times when soap and water aren't available. And use it frequently, especially after touching common surfaces like door handles, shopping trolleys, or elevator buttons. Third, and crucially, stay up to date with your vaccinations. The annual flu shot, pneumonia vaccine, and any recommended COVID-19 boosters are vital tools in your arsenal, significantly reducing your risk of severe illness. Don't be afraid to wear a high-quality mask in crowded indoor spaces, especially during flu season or if you know there's a surge in respiratory illnesses in your area. It's a simple, effective layer of protection. And finally, if you start feeling unwell, even with mild symptoms, be considerate and stay home to avoid spreading germs to others. Prioritizing your health in these germ-laden environments is a powerful way to maintain your vitality. This leads us directly to our fourth dangerous place, which many of us visit far too often without realizing the cumulative harm it can do the buffet line or the fast food drive-thru, when it becomes a regular stop. Now, before you think I'm suggesting you never enjoy a meal out or grab something quick, hear me out. The danger here isn't the occasional treat. It's the consistent exposure to environments designed to encourage overeating. High consumption of processed foods, sugary drinks, excessive sodium, and unhealthy fats. For our age group, where metabolism might be slower and nutritional needs are very specific, these places can quietly but significantly undermine our health. Think about the buffet and endless array of tempting dishes, often designed to be rich, salty, and sweet, encouraging you to pile your plate high and go back for seconds, or even thirds. Portion control goes out the window, and the sheer volume of food, combined with its often high calorie and low nutrient density, can lead to weight gain, digestive issues, and energy crashes. Similarly, the convenience of the fast food drive-thru often comes at the cost of nutrition. Those burgers, fries, and milkshakes are packed with unhealthy fats, sodium that can spike blood pressure, and sugars that can disrupt blood sugar levels, contributing to conditions like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. These meals often lack the fiber, vitamins, and minerals that our bodies desperately need for healthy aging. The immediate impact might be feeling sluggish or a bit bloated, but over time, regular visits to these places contribute to chronic inflammation, joint pain, elevated cholesterol, high blood pressure, and a general decline in energy levels. It makes it harder to move, harder to sleep well, and certainly harder to maintain a healthy weight. It's a slow erosion of your health that can make you feel older and less vibrant than you truly are. So, how do we navigate this culinary minefield? It starts with mindful choices and a little bit of planning. Instead of relying on convenience foods regularly, embrace the joy and health benefits of home cooking. Simple, nutritious meals prepared in your own kitchen give you complete control over ingredients. Start with small steps. Try cooking 1 or 2 more meals at home each week. Meal planning can be a game changer. Knowing what you'll eat for the next few days means you're less likely to grab unhealthy options in a moment of hunger or fatigue. Keep healthy snacks readily available. Fruit, nuts, yogurt, or vegetable sticks can tide you over between meals and prevent you from reaching for processed alternatives. When you do eat out, make healthier choices. Look for grilled or baked options instead of fried. Opt for salads with dressing on the side. Or ask for extra vegetables. Pay attention to portion sizes. Often, restaurant portions are far larger than what you need. Share an entree, or ask for a to-go box at the start of the meal to pack half away immediately. And always hydrate with water instead of sugary sodas or juices. by consciously choosing to limit your exposure to these tempting, but ultimately detrimental, food places. You're making a profound investment in your energy levels, your physical comfort, and your long-term health. We've now navigated through the invisible threats lurking in busy public spaces and the tempting traps of convenience foods. It's time to shine a light on two more places that might be quietly impacting your health and happiness, often without you even realizing it. Our fifth dangerous place is surprisingly close to home. Perhaps even your own, the cluttered, unorganized home environment. Now, this isn't about being a neat freak or having a perfectly minimalist home. It's about recognizing the very real dangers that excessive clutter and disorganization can pose, especially as we age. Think about it: piles of newspapers or magazines, loose electrical cords, stacks of books on the floor, furniture crammed too closely together, or even items stored haphazardly in cupboards. Each of these can be a tripping hazard, increasing your risk of falls significantly. A fall in your own home, where you feel most secure, can be particularly unsettling and lead to a deep-seated fear that limits your movement and independence. Beyond the physical danger, a cluttered home can have a profound impact on your mental well-being. It can feel overwhelming, leading to increased stress and anxiety. The constant visual noise can make it difficult to relax or focus. You might struggle to find things, leading to frustration and wasted time. There's also the issue of hygiene. Dust and allergens can accumulate more easily in cluttered spaces, potentially impacting respiratory health. In extreme cases, too much clutter can even become a fire hazard, blocking exits or fueling a small flame. Your home should be a sanctuary, a place of comfort and safety, not a source of hidden risks. So, what can we do to transform a potentially dangerous cluttered home into a safe and serene haven? The key is to approach decluttering one small step at a time. Don't try to tackle everything at once. That can feel too daunting. Start with one drawer, one shelf, or one small corner of a room. Get rid of anything you no longer use, need, or love. Consider donating items that are still useful, or asking family members if they'd like anything. Remove throw rugs that can easily slip or cause you to trip, or secure them firmly to the floor with non-slip backing. Make sure all electrical cords are neatly tucked away and not stretched across pathways. Ensure there are clear, unobstructed pathways through every room. Good lighting is also crucial. Ensure all rooms are well lit, especially hallways and stairways. And consider night lights in bathrooms and bedrooms. Store items in easily accessible places, at waist height where possible, to avoid excessive bending or reaching for things on high shelves. If you have heavy items, ask for help to move them. Even opening windows regularly to allow fresh air to circulate can improve the air quality and reduce allergens. By creating a functional, organized, and clear living space, you're not just making your home safer, you're also fostering a sense of calm, control, and well-being that benefits your health every single day. Finally, we arrive at our sixth and arguably one of the most insidious, dangerous places in our modern world, the unmoderated online information site or social media echo chamber. This isn't a physical place you can touch, but it's a virtual environment many of us visit daily, often without realizing the profound impact it can have on our mental health, our decision-making, and even our financial security. The internet is an incredible tool, connecting us to loved ones, hobbies, and endless knowledge. However, it's also a vast, unregulated space brimming with misinformation, conspiracy theories, emotionally charged content, and outright scams. Spending too much time in online echo chambers, where you only encounter information that confirms your existing beliefs, often from unreliable sources, can lead to a skewed perception of reality, increased anxiety, anger, and even fear. This constant exposure to negativity, sensationalism, or false alarms about health, politics, or finance can erode your peace of mind, make you feel unsafe in the real world, and disrupt your sleep. Moreover, for seniors, the internet can be a prime hunting ground for scammers who prey on trust and vulnerability, leading to significant financial loss and emotional distress. The impact of this constant digital exposure can be deeply detrimental. Mentally, You might find yourself more irritable, anxious, or perpetually worried about things that aren't true or are exaggerated. Emotionally, it can lead to feelings of despair, anger, or isolation, even when you're online trying to connect. Physically, the stress can manifest as headaches, muscle tension, and digestive issues. And financially, falling for a scam can wipe out life savings or create significant debt, leading to immense stress and a feeling of betrayal. You might start making health decisions based on unproven, dangerous cures found online, rather than consulting trusted medical professionals. So, how do we navigate this complex and often dangerous online place? The most crucial step is to cultivate a healthy dose of skepticism. Don't believe everything you read or see online, especially if it seems too good to be true, incredibly shocking, or designed to provoke a strong emotional reaction. Stick to reputable news sources and official health organizations like the National Health Service in the UK, the CDC in the US, or the World Health Organization for health information. If you're on social media, be mindful of who you follow and what groups you join. Unfollow accounts that consistently post negative, hateful, or false information. Actively seek out positive, uplifting, and informative communities. Limit your time on social media if you find it's making you feel stressed or anxious. Perhaps set a timer for 30 minutes, and then step away. Learn to recognize the common signs of online scams: urgent requests for money or personal information, unsolicited calls or emails claiming to be from official organizations, or promises of huge returns on investments with no risk. Always talk to a trusted family member or friend if something online feels off. Before you click a link, share information, or send money. Protecting your mind and your finances from these digital dangers is just as important as protecting your body from physical falls. It's truly incredible how many different kinds of places can pose risks to our well-being. Isn't it? From the physical spaces we walk through every day to the virtual worlds we navigate. Being aware is the first step. And that brings us to the heart of what we've discussed today. We've talked about the importance of securing your environment against falls, being vigilant on those unlit paths, and ensuring your home is a safe, clear sanctuary. We've explored the profound need to stay connected and avoid the insidious dangers of isolation, understanding that human connection is vital for our mental and physical health. We also covered being strategic about where and when you venture into crowded public areas, especially during peak illness seasons, and making mindful choices about the tempting food environments that often lead us astray from healthy eating. And perhaps most crucially in our modern age, we've discussed navigating the online world with a healthy dose of skepticism and caution to protect your peace of mind and your finances from misinformation and scams. Remember, this isn't about retreating from the world or living in fear. Quite the opposite. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge so you can make informed choices that allow you to live more fully, more safely, and with greater peace of mind. Every small, conscious step you take, whether it's adding a nightlight, making a phone call, choosing a healthier meal, or verifying an online source, adds up to a huge, positive difference in your quality of life, your health, your happiness, and your independence are precious, and you have more control over these things than you might realize. The surprising truth I mentioned at the beginning isn't a secret remedy or a hidden shortcut. It's the profound power of awareness and the simple, daily choices you make. It's the realization that by being mindful of these seemingly innocuous places and situations, you are actively choosing a path of greater well-being and freedom. I'd love to hear from you. Have you found certain places or situations particularly challenging or surprisingly beneficial for your health as you've gotten older? Share your experiences and wisdom in the comments below. Your insights could truly help someone else who's watching this right now. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. We're building a wonderful community here dedicated to living our best lives. And your support means the world, helping us share more valuable tips and advice with others. You deserve to live your best life with vitality, joy, and peace of mind at every age. By being mindful of these dangerous places, you're not just avoiding risks, you're actively choosing a path of greater well-being and freedom. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep living life to its fullest.